Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Sammy!
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
0-2.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Here we go. 36. Here we go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
36.
The Panthers are going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Good. 5-4, ready. Ready. Left. Got it.
Shotgun now for Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Breeze now on first down. This is caught by Ginn. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. On first down, Breeze. And this is incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Got it.
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Let's rock now. Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Second and 10, Newton again. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Newton on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
180. Gun.
Newton throwing again. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him for a loss of 4.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a run with McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Three down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this will complete right side to Funchess. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
20. Gun. Do something.
Now Newton on 1st down. Funchess has it complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Set. 180. Great.
Throwing again. Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Check. 47. Gun. 20.
Again, Newton. Dancing to his left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Newton. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey.
Operating from the gun, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Breeze, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
Great. 20. That's it. 180.
A final shot before the break. Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1 could be first touchdown wins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Back to throw, Newton. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the 3rd quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's rock now. Set. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
20. 8.
Out of the gun, Newton. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
21.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And now running right through it. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Here we go. Hey, kill.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Mario Addison in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Breeze going to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Got it.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And Genn's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Sammy. 14.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, easy.
Again, it's Breeze. Kamara's got the first down and then some. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And down to the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Easy.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Get set.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. We still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Gun. Let's rock now. 20. Hey!
To throw on second down is Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Now, how about that? Rattled by a big play on the previous snap, they bounced back, and that's exactly what they needed defensively, getting a big play of their own.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
20.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
20.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Come on now.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey! What are you? Gun. Hey.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Another costly turnover there, 2nd of this 2nd half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the 2nd half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But
it's football. Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You
I
loved
did.
the defense.